Speaker, members, it's with great sadness today that I announce the death of a Minnesota legend, Harmon Killebrew. Harmon Killebrew, number 3, played for the Minnesota Twins, had the ironic nickname of Killer at a time when life was simple, and killer meant he crushed the ball farther than anyone else could. Members, he played in the major leagues at the age of 17. He was known as a bonus baby, meaning he had to play. He hit 2 singles and a double in his first start. 1954 for the Washington Senators. He came to Minnesota with the Minnesota Twins in 1961, led us to the World Series in 1965, was a American League MVP in 1969, finished with 573 home runs, 5th all-time at the time he retired. Members, as much as he could crush the baseball, he was a great player, 13 All-Star games. He was an even better person. My father-in-law actually had the opportunity to lay flooring in his house one time. He told me he could not think of a nicer man than he has ever worked for in his life. Here's a man, a millionaire, I'm sure, had problems in life, but yet was so simple and humble. As an umpire, I would like to share with you a quote from another umpire regarding Harmon Killebrew. Ron Luciano said this about him: "The killer was one of the most feared sluggers in Major League Baseball, but he was also one of the nicest people ever to play the game. He was one of the few players who would go out of his way to compliment umpires on a good job, even if their calls were against him. I'd call a tough strike on him and he would turn around and say approvingly, 'Good call.' And he was the same way on the field, and he never did this to get help on close plays, as some players do. The man hit 573 Major League home runs, and no umpire ever swung a bat for him." Members, if you would join me standing with a moment of silence in honor of the memory of Minnesota great Harmon Killebrew, number 3.
Members, please rise for a moment of silence. Thank you, Representative Barrett.